In a time long past, when the ancestors still walked among the living, there was a village called Mozoni, nestled in the shadow of a great mountain. The people of Mozoni were peaceful and content, living off the land and honoring the spirits through rituals and dances. But peace was a fragile thing. To the east lived the Mavuko, a fierce tribe that had grown envious of Mozoni's prosperity. The Mavuko warriors were relentless, raiding nearby villages and growing bolder with each victory. One day, a Mavuko war chief named Koba sent a message to the elders of Mozoni: "Submit, or we will come for you. We will burn your homes, take your children as slaves, and leave nothing but ashes." The elders of Mozoni were filled with fear. They knew their warriors, though brave, could not stand against the Mavuko's sheer numbers. It seemed there was no hope. But among the villagers was a young woman named Amoni, known for her grace and beauty. She was a dancer, beloved by all for her performances during the full moon celebrations. Her dances were not just movements, they were prayers to the spirits, a way of connecting with the unseen forces that guided the village. When Amoni heard of the threat, she went to the elders and made a bold proposal. "Let me face the Mavuko," she said, her voice calm but determined. The elders looked at her in disbelief. "You are a dancer, not a warrior," one elder said. "How can you defeat an army with nothing but your feet and a song?" Amoni's eyes shone with an inner light. "I have danced for joy, for harvest, and for love. But there is also a dance of power, a dance that can bend the will of men and spirits alike. Let me show you." With no other options, the elders reluctantly agreed. Amoni was given 3 days to prepare. She spent those days in seclusion. On the third night, she returned to the village, her face painted with the colors of war, her ankles adorned with charms that jingled with every step. The following morning, the Mavuko warriors marched toward Mozoni, drums beating, spears shining in the sun. At their head was Chief Koba, towering and menacing, with a cruel smile on his lips. But as they approached the village, they saw no warriors ready to meet them, only a lone figure standing in the middle of the clearing. It was Amoni. She began to move slowly, her arms stretching out like the wings of a bird. The Mavuko warriors laughed at the sight, a single woman, trying to challenge them with a dance. But Amoni did not falter. She moved with purpose, her feet stamping the earth in a rhythm that seemed to echo from deep within the ground. The drums of the Mavuko faltered as they felt a strange vibration in the air, as if the land itself was responding to her steps. Amoni's dance grew faster, her body spinning and twisting in ways that seemed impossible. Her eyes gleamed with a fierce energy, and her movements became sharper, more forceful. She spun like a whirlwind, her feet striking the earth with a power that sent shockwaves through the ground. The charms on her ankles jingled louder, creating a haunting melody that seemed to crawl into the minds of the Mavuko warriors. At first, the warriors sneered, but then they began to feel it, a heaviness in their limbs, a fog in their thoughts. Their hearts pounded in rhythm with her steps, their breaths quickened to match her movements. They tried to look away, but their eyes were locked on her every twist and turn. Chief Koba, once confident, felt a creeping fear take hold. He raised his spear to signal the attack, but his arm would not obey. He was caught in her rhythm, as were all his men. Amoni's dance became a frenzy, her feet blurring with speed, her body moving like a river in flood. The air crackled with unseen energy. The ground beneath her seemed to pulse with life, as if the spirits themselves were dancing with her. The Mavuko warriors, who had faced countless battles, began to sway, their bodies following her lead against their will. They dropped their weapons, their minds trapped in the trance she wove with every step. Then, with a sudden shout, Harmony leaped into the air and brought her feet crashing down with a thunderous thump. The ground shook, and a gust of wind swept through the clearing. The Mavuko warriors fell to their knees, eyes wide with terror. They were no longer fierce, they were broken, their spirits crushed by a power they could not comprehend. Harmony stopped, her chest heaving, her eyes blazing with victory. She walked up to Chief Koba, who was trembling like a leaf. "You came to destroy us," she said, her voice steady and commanding. "But now you are at our mercy. Leave this place and never return, or face the wrath of the spirits who stand with Mozoni." Chief Koba, his pride shattered, nodded weakly. He ordered his men to retreat, and they fled the village, stumbling and tripping in their haste to escape. They spoke of the woman whose dance could command the earth and enslave their minds, and from that day on, no enemy dared to approach Mozoni. The people of Mozoni hailed Harmony as a hero. Her dance, once seen as a simple art, was now revered as a weapon blessed by the spirits. She became the guardian of the village, and her legend spread across the land. People from far and wide came to see the woman who had conquered an army with nothing but the power of her dance. And so it was said that in Mozoni, the strongest warriors did not wield spears or shields, but danced to the rhythm of the spirits, led by the graceful and courageous Harmony.